Okay guys, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we are going to be doing some leaves on the ground. So what I'm going to do, if you guys haven't already, go to preferences. And you're not going to be able to see my pop-up from here, but if you go into add-ons, what you're going to type in is tree gen. So add tree gen onto your page, just check the box, and what you should find is if you go to add, it should be under curve, sample tree gen, and you should get a little tree alongside of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this tree and show you how to do it. So let's go add, we'll go curve, sample tree gen, and we've got the tree as you can see here. Now in the corner right here where my key logger thing is, we have a sampling add tree. Now obviously you're not going to see my menu because my screencasting keys are over it, so I'm just going to turn these off for the time being. We're going to go to load present, and what you want to go for is a Japanese maple. So what we're going to do is go to geometry, which is at the top, and we're going to go leaves. We're going to go show leaves. So what you basically need to do is essentially just make a lot of leaves on the ground. That's about it. So let's just go ahead, and I'm just going to go and add. So we've got these little maple leaves. I think you're supposed to have 5 little branches on these. So let's go with that. Okay, so got these little maple leaves right here, and what we're going to do, let's add some more leaves. You can scale these up, you can scale these down, totally up to you. But essentially, we just want some nice little leaves making. I'm just going to go ahead, oops, sorry, let me just reload that in. I was going to say I'm just going to go ahead and experiment with this, but unfortunately it decided to leave me. Yes, so you need a Japanese maple. Let's go to leaves, show leaves, and now we have the leaves back. Okay, so once we've got the Japanese maple going on, we need to add a couple more branches, we need to add a couple more leaves, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we can go ahead and we can experiment with this. We can make this a small tree, big tree, whatever you'd like. Just go ahead and try different samples with everything. You can lean the tree over as well if you'd like to. Maybe we could do that for this piece. Kind of like a wonky tree. So when you make these trees, you've got the main tree and then you've got the leaves. So the leaves is what we need to pay attention to. So what I'm going to do, let's go to shading. With the tree itself, we're going to want some texture. So let's go new. I'm going to name this material as tree. And I'm going to go ahead and add bump textures and noise. So let's add the noise texture first. We'll go color to base color. Scale this up. And then what I'm going to do is add, and we'll go color ramp. And then add, and we're just going to do different shades of brown for this one. So you can have a little bit of red in there. You could go ahead plus, make it kind of like a deep brown. Just as such. What we're going to do is add a bump to this. Just place it there. You want to put your colour to height. Usually that works. For some reason it's not. Or you can leave it as normal. Totally up to you. You could also go ahead and just duplicate this as well and place this on this side as well. Have this nice little bump on this side. So it'll just take a couple of seconds to load in. So you can have the height, the distance right here. You see this? So just mess around with your distance. We could go ahead and duplicate this as well. Place this in the middle. So now we have this nice little bumpy texture going on. So, for some reason, the new version has me doing it like this. I don't know why. It must be a glitch within the system that I have. But Shift D, and we'll duplicate this, and we're going to put the colour to the roughness. So you can also see this on the rough side as well. When it finally loads through. There we go. So, you kind of have this very shiny tree. Now, metallic wise, you could put your metallic up if you wanted to, but I don't know why you'd want to. You could also take this from the roughness and put it onto the metallic and see what happens, and then you can control your roughness a little bit better. So, if we just wait for this one to load in. There we go. So you can still make shiny trees, but you can still have that nice little roughness going on. Totally up to you how you want to do it. So, with these leaves, what we're going to do is go new, and we'll add, and we'll go colour ramp for this one. And we're going to go colour to base colour. Going to press plus. We want a nice little amber orange, if it'll let me, for Halloween. Maybe some reds in there, some yellows. And then we also want a little bit of green as well. So we have that nice little green. Let's add a noise texture to this. And you want to go colour to FAC. So now we've got this nice little tree with orange and green leaves on there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the black, and I'm going to get rid of the white as well, just to kind of give it that nice little contrast tone. Okay, so once you have your tree like this, and you've got all your leaves in different shades and stuff, we want to put the leaves on the floor, and we want them all orange. So what I'm going to do, let's go to add, and we'll add plane. Scale this outwards. This will be our ground, so we're going to go new. Maybe make this kind of like a dirt brown kind of thing. And then we're going to go ahead and take these leaves, Shift D, scale it down, so they go on the floor, essentially. You'll notice that some of them just stick up a little bit as well. So what I'm going to do, just go to the layout. Just going to go ahead and just shrink these down. So we need copies of all of these ones. So we're going to have to change this. So if we go to shading, and we have this material. So we're going to call this green and orange. And this will be for the tree. But to change the colours of the leaves at the bottom here, we're going to have to duplicate this. So we're going to duplicate this, and we're just going to call this orange. So we're going to get rid of the green. Take the green on this side, and we'll place like kind of a reddy orange in the middle. So these are the leaves that have fallen, and these are the leaves that are on the tree. Yeah, so it's two different materials. So what we're going to do, take these at the bottom, Shift D, keep them where they are, rotate, and then Shift D, and then we're going to kind of pull them up a little bit. R for rotate, rotate them round, and then try, if you can, to click everything that you've just made. Shift D, keep them where they are, R for rotate, and we're just going to rotate them round again. So the idea is that you're just Shift-D'ing, R for rotate, and just carry on going round the tree until you're happy with what you have. And what you could do with this as well, you could take all of this, minus the background, minus the light, and you could Shift-D it, and you could duplicate, and you could make like a little forest of leaves and trees, so to speak. Just right here. Just rotate these round, kind of make some depth. double click anything that you don't need. And that's how you do the orange leaves for the trees and stuff. So when we render this, we can see that we have them like this. Obviously, the floor is a little bit too far away from the leaves, so we could bring that up. You could reduce the leaves right there. You could, I don't know, you could do a funky animation there of like leaves appearing. But yeah, spend some time with it. Get used to the parameters and stuff, and maybe make this a sun rather than a point. Just tone that down a bit. My gosh. It's a bit too much. Right. Yeah. So, that's the kind of fall trees that you can make for a gaming piece if you wanted that for a gaming piece. Yeah. That's the end of the tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Cheers.